Hey peeps, I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a while, and that is take a look at some online businesses for sale. For the last few months, I've been very busy with my own online businesses, so shopping for online businesses and taking a look at others really hasn't been on my priority list. But I had the itch today, so I went into my email account and started opening up my emails from BizBuySell that send me notifications of businesses that match my search filters. Now, I do look at businesses of all types, but for the sake of this video, we're going to look at some online businesses that I found. Now, I just looked in the past couple days and there weren't a whole ton, maybe 4 or 5 of them. So I pretty much got all of them opened right here. So I'm just going to kind of go through them here and take a look at them with you guys and share my own anecdotes, thoughts, opinions, and insights as we go along. The first one, subscription-based e-commerce brand with accessories and more. Asking price $890,000, cash flow $261. So we're a little bit more than a 3x multiple, close to a 3.5. Not bad. Website Closers, this company or this firm does a lot of online businesses, as implied by their name. Young and growing fast, this brand hosts a diverse selection of 600 active SKUs on its website, including accessories, apparel, essential oils, health and hygiene products. While anyone can visit the website, customers are encouraged to pay a monthly subscription fee for exclusive deals, rewards, and various other benefits. The company sees an average of 1,000 new subscribers per month, a customer lifetime value of 75, and projected year-over-year growth of 130%. All you have to do to get that 130% is pay $890,000 for the business. Okay, so right here, there's a lot to take away. First thing that jumps out at me is the 600 active SKUs. That's a lot of SKUs for an e-commerce business. I wouldn't even know where to begin with those. Obviously, you're going to want to, if you were to take over this business, you'd want to identify clearly what your best sellers are and then identify what your biggest opportunities are. But that is a lot of SKUs. Customers are encouraged to pay a monthly subscription fee for exclusive deals, rewards, and various other benefits. So when I first came across monthly subscription fee, and after reading the 600 SKUs, I'm thinking this is like a monthly box or something, or quarterly box or something that comes to you. But the subscription fee seems like it's just for intangible items, which is nice. The lifetime value, $75, pretty low. So I think, possibly for a buyer, that would be a big place to improve on this website. If you can increase that lifetime value by 50%, you're going to make, well, whatever the margin is down to your bottom line. In this case, it looks to be about a third. The company's products, 95% of which are sold under their own brand, are spread across a wide range of niches. They offer jewelry centered around mental health and wellness, mental wellness, bohemian-themed shirts, hoodies, tapestries, and more. Subscribers can purchase these products at heavily discounted prices. Okay, what else do we got in here? Return order rate of 14%. That's probably low in the e-commerce world. I don't know, but I wouldn't personally want to deal with that. That is one of the headaches of an e-commerce business. The company is easily able to bring in consistent revenue through its SKUs. The SKUs are not limited to what is currently listed on the site. While only 600 SKUs are actively listed on the website, they have 2,000 total in their array. Okay, so there's a lot more they can do. The company has constructed an exceptional marketing program, one that brings in an average return of 5 times their total advertising spend. They use a combination of paid advertising on Facebook, Instagram, Google, along with email and SMS marketing. So they're doing a lot for marketing already. That's something where you'd want to look at as a buyer and say, hey, can I get into this and actually do something? They also make use of SEO tactics. This is all pretty standard. The company ships out 30 to 50 orders per day. The current owner only spends 20 hours per week managing operations. This is in part to a use of a third-party supply chain agency. So I got to say, after kind of skimming through and plucking out the details, I actually like this business here. They've got some type of monthly subscription fee. They are profitable, and the return order rate I don't really like, but they've got a third-party fulfillment. They're using multiple marketing channels, so they're not dependent on one channel entirely. This seems like a pretty interesting little business, whatever it might be behind it. Okay, technology integrator and digital marketing agency. Our next one here by Sundeep Gill. I don't recognize this name. $554,000 Cash flow asking 2.4, technology integrator and digital marketing agency. The technology integrator part is what's interesting to me in this business. The digital marketing agency thing I don't really like. Having ran and operated and offered marketing agency services before, I will say that they are not very sticky. So it's not like a bookkeeping service. And I know somebody that was in digital marketing that got into bookkeeping, right? And they loved the bookkeeping because the clients stay with them for years on end. In digital marketing, you can be doing everything right. You can be doing everything perfect. You can be doing great. Like you can be doing fucking excellent. And suddenly the client just says, sends you an email and it says, hey, we need to cancel. And you say, why? And they say, no particular reason. We've just decided to try something new, right? Like there's shiny object syndrome. So I don't like the digital marketing agency thing. Now, right here, you see 3 revenue streams, okay? This company based out of Georgia has 3 different revenue streams, okay? What are they? The 3 different revenue streams all fall under one company, makes this company a sought-after company to do business with. They employ about 30 employees who specialize in their area of skilled trades, highly specialized software and marketing professionals who offer high-quality products and services based on their business knowledge. 10 years of industry experience, established in 2010, so 10 plus, a little bit more than 10. Has painstakingly earned an impeccable reputation for its expertise in demonstrating enduring resilience through its pandemic, as evidenced by top-line growth. Okay, so it grew through the pandemic. The company was founded in the early 2010s by the current CEO. His goals after years of software was to build IT processes that ensure successful delivery of software products. After years in the business, the company has built a sustainable long-term model that offers the company a way to develop software and applications for their ideas, market their ideas, and get talented people to manage the software and IT department. Other key highlights: the company has a long-term relationship with clients. The company does not have a dominant client. The company can be operated entirely remotely. The company has a wide range of services. So what I like about this here is that they've got some kind of thing going on. We don't really know what it is around development, app integration, and all that. So, possibly they're not just offering, or clearly they're not just offering digital marketing agency services on a retainer basis. So I like that. What I see as a downside to this is this type of development requires very dedicated software development team. Because if you've been in the software development space, whether that's trying to sell software to someone else or do things internally, I have done things internally or gone on projects. You know that even though you deliver and create the project, there's always something that comes up. PHP, which powers a lot of apps, changes. So does JavaScript. Those things get updated. Servers get updated, right? So there's always little bugs and things. And that might be good because these clients are coming back to you for updates. What I don't like about this business is 30 employees. 30 employees. I'm doing 30 employees. And then I'm going to the revenue, $200,000 or not $2 million. So if we do the math on that, that means that revenue per employee is only like $66,000. That's not very high. I would guess that these are not full-time employees, or if they are, a significant portion of them are overseas. So, for a $2.4 million business, I would not want to have 30 employees. That's a lot for me to keep track of. So that would be, something I'd want to dig into. I think this is a pretty interesting little business. From what we can tell here, it's interesting. It seems good. It's been around since 2010, seems resilient. But certainly more needs to be dug into to really understand their operations, because this is clearly not a subscription-based e-commerce brand. Next one. Estimation automation service in the construction industry. This is listed in my website Closers. That's implying that it has a significant online presence and that it's largely done online. Asking price $6 million on $1.3 million in cash flow. Website Closers presents an opportunity to acquire a rapidly surging name in the construction vertical. This estimation automation service helps clients work out the cost of labor and material in the pre-construction phase of their projects, saving them money and making the process go much smoother. In a time when the cost of labor is such an important factor across the economic landscape, this is the type of company that can really help a construction company maintain their profit margin. Their excellent service within such a niche market has earned them the Build Magazine Award in pre-construction, astoundingly high profit margins, and year-over-year growth rate of 56%, all while requiring minimal working capital and overhead. Okay, certainly minimal working capital and overhead because it looks like their margin is like 60% if we were to do 1.3 divided by 2.1. That seems really good. They utilize highly streamlined software-based system to provide as accurate and consistent results as possible to their clients using data to drive their decision making. Their services can be used for a wide range of trades from masonry and metals to plumbing and painting. The versatility of their specialized product on top of their effective results have brought in a repeat customer rate of 80% and glowing reputation in its evergreen niche. The company has benefited from a lack of competition in the market. I think that's very key. We'll come back to that. One of the reasons behind its massive size is their proactivity in reaching out to their target audience. They have exhibited in several trade shows, which have proven to be incredibly beneficial. Attending just one show in 2020 and 2021, they generated $300,000 in USD sales. Given the major success that they saw for this one trade show, it goes as no surprise. The company also utilizes in-house marketing and client relations. They have a vast database of clients. The structure of this company itself means it isn't held back by geographic limitation. The company could start to sell their service in other regions. They boast a large, experienced team of 65 employees. And, I got to say, again, based on their profit margins, revenue, etc., I don't think that is 65 full-time employees, more likely a workforce of 65 independent contractors. The current ownership's responsibilities largely consist of training new personnel, business development organization. However, by creating a new business development department, the buyer be able to significantly lighten the workload. The deal stands at the precipice of even stronger margins and rapid growth. The current owners are willing to stay on. So, they're an estimation automation service. Based on what they're saying here, this makes me believe, or leads me to believe, or implies that their clients are contracting businesses themselves that need help with automation, or not help with automation, but doing estimates. And estimates are a very time-consuming part of owning and operating a contracting business. I do own and operate home service contracting businesses. We do trade specific things. So smaller projects, things like an air conditioning contractor, pouring a patio slab of concrete or installing pavers, something like that. In those projects, it can be difficult to estimate and time consuming because you get a high number of estimate requests. But in like remodeling, like bathroom remodeling, building a home addition, doing an estimate for that can take hours, right? And oftentimes it is hard to even come up with a price. Like I wouldn't even know how to sell those services, right? If I were owning one of these businesses, what I would probably do is just come out and be like, look, your project's going to be $50,000 to $80,000. You ready to go? It is what it is. Be prepared to spend 80. If we can go a little bit less, we will. I'd probably go at it like that. It seems like they've got some way of doing it. So this seems like a good business. The $6 million number is certainly high. That's going to keep a lot of people out of the market for it. It hasn't been around very long. One other thing that makes it seem, kind of negative, or one negative point that I can kind of pull out of it, is that it seems like they do a lot with trade shows, and clearly the owners are involved in business development or actually sales. So I would want to figure out, if I were to get involved in this, how much of an impact the owners actually have on driving new business and sales. Because if they're pulling a lot of this through their own personal relationships and industry experience, if they're pulling a lot of business from other contractors based on those two factors, that could be a major hindrance for a new buyer that's not going to be able to connect or doesn't have those connections with other contractors. Let's look at one more here. We're going to go with this one because digital marketing agency, I'm just not too crazy about looking at. Private label online e-commerce business in the auto accessory space listed by Ron. Okay, cash flow $584,000, asking $1.8 million. So they got a reasonable asking price. Rent $1,135. So they're not using 3PL, it doesn't seem like. And established in 2016. It's been around for more than 5 years. I really haven't stressed this in this video like I have in some of my other videos. You typically want to see a business that's been around for more than 5 years, or at least I do. Maybe some other people, actually, I know a lot of other people don't care about that, but I want to see something that has stood the test of time. Okay, so it is well established, high margin, profitable, easy to manage, private label niche market e-commerce business in limited competition DIY niche market. We manufacture our branded products, which are sold on our branded website and e-commerce channels. Branded status based in the Pacific Northwest. Healthy and growing DIY product line indicates recession resistance, huge opportunities for growth, for future growth, very short cash flow cycle, no accounts receivable, very low fixed operating expense, currently finalizing contracts to significantly lower cost of goods, well manufactured, documented, mature supply chain, low fixed operating expenses, very strong financial, stable workforce, scalable business model, no leased equipment, all equipment is owned and including with the sales. Owners typically work less than a full work week, so less than 40 hours a week. The current owner and wife primarily do development/launch work for new products and some operations, which allows them to spend winters out of state, okay? An ideal buyer would have experience in one or more of the following areas. Power level Excel user, that's odd. It's odd for a business owner. Using computer applications to manage e-commerce platforms, website management experience, computer systems management/configuration. Located in Tigard, Oregon, 250 square foot business. The business operates out of a small industrial space, month-to-month lease. 3 employees. Growth and expansion, of course, it's endless. And to take advantage of that endless growth and expansion, all you have to do is pay $1.8 million to buy it. That's all the details we get. So it is an auto accessory. DIY enables people to do something. I like that. DIY products can be very low cost of goods products. Low cost of goods, easy to manufacture and produce products because somebody else is doing some legwork behind it. I like that it's all branded. This doesn't seem like any type of Amazon stuff. Yeah. The only downside to it is what they've got in this facility, and their 3 employees. Does that include, the owner and the wife as it seems like in this or not? Those are things I think that would need to be cleared up. Usually in husband-wife operations, typically the seller will say something like, oh, my wife just handles the books, really doesn't do much. When really the wife handles like 2 full-time jobs. And it just doesn't seem like that to, whoever is the leader in the actual business. So yeah, you kind of need to account for those things. And maybe once you figure like, hey, we got to replace the wife, then this EBITDA of $584,000 needs to drop $120,000. So yeah. And then of course, like I said, the warehouse, maybe that could be outsourced to 3PL, something like that. You could cut the warehouse. And maybe there's, room to grow with some online marketing. They don't really talk about marketing in here. So that tells me this is not a very marketing aggressive individual. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's just my intuition. And then what's the other thing? This stood out as, unique. An ideal buyer would have experience in one or more of the following areas. These are like, this reads like job requirement to me here. So I'm thinking maybe if you adopt more of an owner, or to me reads like the person that wrote this, it seems like who's the owner of the business, does not have a very business owner kind of mindset. More of they view their role as a job, or they probably don't view their role as a job, but that is how they act in the business as opposed to an actual owner and manager. So possibly there's some ways to improve there just based on the perspective that the current owner operates from. That's something that you need to dig into if you inquired on this listing. It seems like a decent business to at least poke in on. So I'm going to call it a wrap on those. Those are 4 online businesses for sale, guys. What do you think of these businesses? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you're interested in them, you can always simply just freeze pause the screen, Google the listing name that I've got highlighted there on the screen, find the listing on BizBuy Sell Yourself, and make an inquiry. And of course, if you do that and end up buying one of these businesses, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. That's a wrap on this one. I'm signing off.